In this edition of Time to Travel, we visit Kensington Palace. When most people think of a royal palace, they think of Buckingham Palace. But before Buckingham Palace, there was, and still is, Kensington Palace, just 2 miles away. King William III purchased the home, then called Notting House, in 1689. William suffered from asthma. Pollution and damp conditions at the Whitehall Palace on the Thames aggravated the condition. The cleaner, drier air in the country helped. The king retained Sir Christopher Wren to turn the 84-year-old country house into a proper palace for he and his wife, Queen Mary II. William's statue greets visitors as they pass through the ornate main gate. Wren added wings to the building. Grand staterooms and galleries were added, along with royal apartments. Some rooms were adorned with beautiful murals on the walls and ceilings. Kensington's time as a principal royal residence was relatively short. In 1761, Buckingham Palace became the new principal royal residence. Since then, various members of the royal family have lived in Kensington Palace. The most famous was Princess Victoria, who was born at Kensington Palace on May 24, 1819. She lived there with her mother until the morning of June 20, 1837, when court officials arrived to inform the 18-year-old princess of the death of her uncle, King William IV, and that she was now queen. Victoria's bedroom, looking much as it did on that day, is part of the tour. Victoria moved to Buckingham Palace, but had great affection for her childhood home and the place where she first met her future husband, Prince Albert. Another famous princess also called Kensington Palace her home. Princess Diana lived at the palace after her marriage to Prince Charles in 1981. She continued to live there until her death in 1997. Today, visitors tour the staterooms and see displays relating to royal fashion, including gowns worn by Princess Diana. After her tragic death, the result of an automobile accident in Paris, Diana's body was returned to the palace. Thousands of mourners left a vast sea of flowers at the main gate and watched as a horse-drawn carriage carrying her body left the palace on its way to Westminster Abbey for her funeral. The tour takes visitors outside to a beautiful sunken garden overlooking Hyde Park. The garden was added in 1908 and is very popular with visitors and the friendly squirrel population. The orangery was built in 1704 by Queen Anne, who used it as a greenhouse for exotic plants. Today, the orangery is a tea room open to the public. Kensington Palace will undergo substantial improvements by 2012 to make it more accessible with new educational and community facilities and new public gardens. The palace's proximity to Hyde Park and its ties to Princess Diana will likely make Kensington Palace a top London destination for many years to come. If you walk southeast through the park for about a half a mile, you'll come to a striking memorial Queen Victoria erected in 1876 to honor her late husband, the Prince Consort Albert. Albert died in 1861 after 21 years of marriage and 8 children. Victoria lived as a widow for the next 40 years. The memorial faces one of the world's most famous performing arts centers, the Royal Albert Hall, which opened in 1871. 3/4 of a mile further to the southeast, you'll come to another London landmark, the world's most famous department store, Herrods. Herrods was established in 1834. It covers 4.5 acres, with over 1 million square feet of shopping space and 330 departments. The store is owned by Mohammed El Fayed of Egypt, the father of Dodi El Fayed, who was romantically linked to Princess Diana. They died together in the Paris automobile accident. There are 2 memorials to the couple at Herrods. Kensington Palace, Hyde Park, the Albert Memorial, Royal Albert Hall, Herrods, all within a few miles. A great place to take time to travel.